Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified. Good morning. I'm not allowed to film Victoria. We just woke up, got dressed here. Hi. Okay, she gave me permission now. As soon as the camera goes on, then she wants to be filmed. You can see it's not a good night. Not a good look on my face. We swam in the pool, and the chlorine just always gives me dry skin. It's not pretty. But we also sat in the hot tub, and it released like all the tension in my feet and my legs and my back, and that was really nice. Can you stop cracking yourself while I'm filming? The show starts at 9. That's the early bird, 9 to 10. Which I'm so used to Junk Bonanza's 8 that I'm like, wow, I get to sleep in. So we slept in a little bit. I'm sleeping with a cover hog. Shh.
I did not.
She has an alarm set for 5 a.m.
Oh. That I can't control that. I forgot to turn it off.
Yeah, that's how you control it. You shut it off.
I
Can't
forgot
control that.
to.
Anyway, so 5 o'clock, her alarm starts going off, which she doesn't hear because she has it set all the time. So I hear it and I have to wake up and yell at her to shut her bloody alarm off. So then I couldn't hardly fall back to sleep. And then it was 7. Now I'm tired. I would have been well rested, guys. Well rested.
I didn't go to sleep until like 1 o'clock in the morning, so.
Who freaking who? Anyway, we're going to finish getting ready here, and we're going to get over there. Make sure nobody's pulled any more tags. So some weird stuff happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 pieces that had the string still on them from the tags, and the tags were gone. And I said, I could have sworn this green jar still had the tag on it. And Victoria goes, it did. And then there was what is it? It's like a old vintage doorknob coat hanger that I had created. And she goes, I know this one had the tag on it. I saw it. And I'm like, so somebody's pulling tags, and then they had come and like taken the smalls out of the big tier thing that I had on the dresser and moved them around, right? They were weird. It was weird. And it's like, okay, I don't know who has been in the booth, but that's just rude. They didn't take anything that I could see, but they were just moving stuff and probably looking, but then put it back. You're a vintage seller. You know how it goes. Don't be rude if you're going to pre-sale. And don't pull my tags. Wait till I get back. But they just pulled the tags off, and nobody came to talk to me, so I don't know if they're going to come talk to me today, but I'm going to be like, oh, you're the one that pulled the tags. Okay, don't do that. Anyway, that's just rude. Rude and wrong, you know? So I didn't bring any extra tags. So these are the tags I fudged up from a paper bag from when we went grocery shopping for dinner last night. Because I wanted sushi from the Byerly's here. So, and when the guy asked me, paper or plastic? I'm like, paper. I didn't think about tags at the time, but I was really glad we got back to the hotel. Then I had to ask the guy at the hotel if I could borrow his scissors to make these tags. And he's like, are you going to bring it back? I'm like, come bring it back. But yeah, so these are my makeshift tags to replace the 2 that got pulled. And if there's any other missing tags, we'll find out. Price might have just gone up on those pieces. We're in. They're just about to open the doors. So got our coffee and we're just waiting. The Chamber of Commerce was having a meeting here this morning. That was entertaining. And they're wandering around right now. Didn't know that they had a bunch of reproduction stuff coming in. I mean, I have some reproduction stuff I could have brought in too, but there is a lot of repo stuff here, which makes me go. Officially open. Working a vintage sale in St. Cloud. 10 out of 10. I'm not doing this one again. 10.50. Still haven't broke the ice with the sale. I help her.
My children don't want it, so I should just use it. You should use it.
Working a vintage sale in St. Cloud. 10 out of 10. I'm not doing this one again. 10.50. Still haven't broke the ice with the sale.
Like to start a new set.
I help her.
My children don't want it, so I should just use it. You should use it.
Working a vintage sale in St. Cloud. 10 out of 10. I'm not doing this one again. 10.50. Still haven't broke the ice with the sale.
Like to start a new set.
I help her.
My children don't want it.
These two are on the no.
Okay, we're past lunch. We have not made one sale, but we've made a lot of friends. We've decided we need a vintage vendor Facebook group to just share display ideas. Anyone interested? This sucks. There's like no one here. It's completely dead. The people that are here are on the nostalgia tour, so they did a great job advertising, I'm sure. We are on our way back to the room. So tired. This is an awful day. Was it an awful day?
Yeah,
It's an extraordinarily long day. I'll give you more of a breakdown when we get to the room, but suffice it to say, I'm lowering all my expectations. All right, so we're back in the room, and I gotta fill you in on the entire lowdown. So the guy that's in the booth behind us, it's kind of a dick, because he kept pushing his stuff into my area. But anyway, he tells me that he does this show all the time because he's one of the vendors for the guy that started it, like his store. They are required in their contract for the store to be at the show. Awesome. And he said, you know, he did this a couple years ago or whatever, or last year or whatever, the last time they were, that had it before COVID, whatever. And he says, and it wasn't this thin. You guys, no one came. No one. Like, there was 100-year-old people wandering around just to get out of the house going, remember I had one of those. Oh, those kids don't want to. I said the one lady was looking at my vintage patterns, and I said, oh yeah, I sold a bunch of those in the cities. I said, the young girls want like the 70s clothes. And she goes, well, the 70s were when clothes were classics. They didn't have any trendy things in the 70s. That's the stupidest thing I think I've ever heard anybody say right there. I mean, the 70s with the big lapels and all the bell bottoms wasn't like, that's classic. I'd hate to go through her closet. But anyway. So then the guy that's running the show goes walking around. And he goes, are you doing more shopping or selling? And I'm like, neither. Because what do you think, dude? I ain't making money. I ain't doing any shopping. Not doing any selling. Then he comes back a little bit later, several hours. I had a pity sale at 2 o'clock from the vendor behind me because Victoria was her icebreaker. And at like 2 o'clock, she goes, well, at least you've had an icebreaker. And I said, no, I have not had an icebreaker. So she ran over and made a purchase. I had a pity sale. I made $50 today in total sales. So since I'm about $700 into this trip, I need to make $650 tomorrow to break even. Then one of the other ladies tells me the show was not advertised at all. She kind of saw it on Facebook once. And I think the guy was just banking on the home show bringing in enough people for him to not have to advertise. Well, that didn't happen. So we were all standing around talking. about how this could have been done better. Apparently, they had Green Mill, the restaurant in the hotel, set up in the hallway with some hot dogs and sloppy joes and things like that. So Victoria saw it because she ran out in the hallway to use the bathroom. They didn't tell the vendors they were out there. So a lot of people had no idea it was there. So Green Mill left early. Then they started the fish fry at 4:30. And there was no one there to eat the fish fry. So they were left with scads of freaking fish. Now, I've been to some bad shows before. I mean, I was at a market where it was 30 degrees outside, and because the people who booked booths outside in tents were upset because in October it got so cold that they didn't think anyone was going to come outside. The promoters of the show decided to open both ends of a barn, and the wind whipped through. The people inside froze to death. Like, I was inside going, why do we close these barn doors? Because the outside vendors don't think it's fair. Tough. You're outside. You chose to be outside. That was a pretty brutal sale too, and there were still more people than this. And it was 30 degrees and freezing, and there were still more women walking around. So my phone overheated and shut down, and then I had to put you guys in the refrigerator for a while, and then I got an email from Etsy saying the last shipment I did arrived broken. It's just a brutal day. So I'm waiting for her to tell me what she would like and as a solution, since it's one little piece that's broken and not the whole thing. All I know is I want to cry now. The best part is getting to spend time with Victoria. She's been awesome. She's been so patient, and I know it's boring for her, so it has not been fun. She's learning to make change for the 3 transactions we had today. But I called my husband, and he's like, it'll be better tomorrow. I said, well, it couldn't get much worse. I suppose it could. It could get $50 worse. But it's just got to be better tomorrow. We will not be coming back to St. Cloud for any shows in the near future, especially this one. But the guy that is arranging this, I mean, I came in. Did I already tell them that I came in at 8, or we were supposed to be there at 8? No, I don't know if I did or not. So when we walked in this morning, they were all there. And I said, what's going on? And they said, it's a Chamber of Commerce meeting. And I said, oh, okay. Well, evidently, we were supposed to be there so that the Chamber of Commerce meeting was supposed to end at 8 a.m. And we were supposed to be there to let the Chamber of Commerce people shop before the early bird shoppers. And I said to one of the ladies, I said, that wasn't in any of my emails. And she said, no, it wasn't. I was told on the phone. I didn't get a call. So, yeah, if that had happened, I would not have been there to man my booth because I wasn't told about it. Nobody was told about where to load in, none of that stuff. We were all left in the dark and confused. And this has been just a terrible experience for everybody. I mean, we're all put out by how badly this was put together. So I mean, you don't know until you do it, right? For any show. And it is what it is. So, all right. We're going to do better tomorrow, guys. Sorry, it's just not great news. Bye. Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more Junction videos.